everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Karen Bukes, and the host for the evening, and I welcome you and thank you so much for tuning in. Before I begin, I want to say hi to someone, give a shout out. Last week at Market Basket, we bumped into a really great guy. He told us how much he enjoys Talk of the Town. He doesn't like to call because he's shy, but he watches every week. So I would like to give a shout out to Bill from Plymouth. Thank you so much, Bill, for your kind words. Okay, let's start with our wonderful underwriters. Jeff Cohen and One Stop Painting. Great company, great service, great guy. Brewster, PC Solutions with Wrestling Brewster. You know, Wrestling has his show right here on PAC TV. Teaches you all about computers. Attorney Trifoletti and Costa on Long Pond Road. Fabulous attorneys. And another wonderful underwriter. Actually, he was our first underwriter, David and Kevin Gallerani from Cape Auto and Cape Auto Service. Locations are Samoset Street and Sandwich Street, right here in Plymouth. I don't bring my car anywhere else. Tonight, you're in for a treat. I'm going to tell you, we're going to have photos and all. This guy has talent. He's remarkable. First time I saw his photos were on the social media, on Facebook. My breath was taken away. He is fantastic. Very, very talented. So like I said, we're going to be showing some of it. Only very small amount. I mean, this guy's got thousands of photos, and he'll be back again, probably in the fall, and we'll show some more of them. Please welcome Dan Rapoza. Hi, Dan.
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
I know you're a little bit nervous, but that's okay.
This mic's not picking up my heartbeat, is it? It's racing a little bit.
You know,
Give me a minute.
I know. I have to admit that when I first started seeing your photos on Facebook, I don't know why, but I thought you were a 60-year-old guy. I had no idea what you looked like, who you were. Then I found out you're from Plymouth. And then I finally saw a picture of you on Facebook, and I said, my God, geez, I can't place voices at all, match them up. And you just,
Well, if you saw a picture of me on Facebook, chances are I photoshopped it. So I probably looked a lot younger than I really do right now.
Well, you were with a beautiful girl on the beach.
That's my friend Melissa.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
So I'm a little photoshopped in that photo as well. But,
you are?
Yeah, just the abs.
Oh, the abs. Yeah. You look terrific.
Thank you.
All right. Now, when did you discover the love of photography?
Very, very young. Probably first to second grade, looking through science books and flipping through the pages while the teacher was talking and seeing photos of lightning and all kinds of stuff. My parents would have, National Geographics, and I just would be obsessed with the photos and, seeing photos that you don't really see with a normal,
eye.
But yeah, with the eye, and being like, okay, well, how did they get that? How did they do that? And so I got my first camera, I think, when I was in second grade, and used to bring it to school and take photos of the class and
good for you.
Chase the girls around at recess and get it taken away by the teachers and whatnot. But it was very, very fun. Yeah. And that's where it really started. And then it continued, and I would have to ask my mom to use her camera if I wanted to go out and take photos. And then it wasn't until about 1998 when I actually bought my first.
What was it, Dan?
It was a Pentax ZX50. Bought it from Ritz Camera.
Yo, sure, Ritz.
Independence Mall.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be able to focus my own lens and interchange lenses, because my mom had like the point and zoom. So it was like bzzz, bzzz, and that was all good and fine. Yeah. But I wanted to really just go out on my own and do my own stuff. And
you're so talented, Dan. I'm telling you.
Oh, shucks.
I hope you realize what you have. You've got an eye that absolutely sees things that no one else sees, and you bring out the best color and the best shot of a person, even in movement. I'm impressed.
Thank you. It was a very expensive learning process, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, with film, you know, there was no Facebook, there was no YouTube. I mean,
Right.
didn't even have a computer in my house. And the way to learn was to go out and buy film
Sure.
and experiment and
Ask
go to
questions.
bookstores,
Yes.
and libraries, and just look through books and try to pick up on techniques and look at their photos and kind of jot stuff down, and lots of money. So,
Yep.
you know, when you have a little bit of money, you go out, you buy film, you know, 36 exposure, and you end up shooting. And then you pay the lab to develop and print, and you get a stack of prints back, and you throw away 35 and you keep one.
Yeah.
So it was a very expensive hobby, you know, for a long time.
But you loved it. And
I loved
you love
it.
it now.
I loved getting the shot, you know. People didn't see the 35 throwaways. They saw the one money shot, and they're like, wow.
Now, Plymouth is your favorite topic, and I want to tell everyone over a very sad event. Dan was asked to take the photos for Officer Maloney, and you did, and I saw some of them, book 1 and book 2, on Facebook. They're so touching. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the album, Greg Maloney, #1, started at the police day that they have at the library, and that was 2011, 2012, and I just was walking around taking photos and of everything going on, and then Matt Maycomer and Greg Maloney were on their bikes, and you know, I like getting in on the action, so they were doing figure eights, and when there was a second, I got in the middle of them, and Greg Maloney came by me and kind of leaned down and was like, "Don't move, stay there."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I'm not in trouble, so I think he wants to get in my my shot."
in the shot.
So that's what they were doing, and those are the shots I got of
They're beautiful.
Officer Maycomer and Maloney, and you know, and then this happened, so I was asked to see what I have, and I found those photos, and then was there for his final drive-through
Resting place.
Yeah, prior to his wake. I already forget what day it was, but it was at the police station. I took some
Yeah.
photos there, and then I got a phone call and just, you know, was asked, you want to take a few photos?
You went to the church.
Yeah, I covered the wake.
Yeah.
I did not make the funeral.
There's a beautiful photo you took of our entire police force on the steps. That is a beautiful photo.
Yeah, it was very unexpected. You know, they were all lined up, and I was actually across the street, and
Yep.
I think the chief was kind of wondering when his photographer was going to get there, so he just was like, "Hey, Danny, come over here
Come over.
and do this." And
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to, and I kind of cropped it in Photoshop and put the badge in the left-hand corner. And
Well, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you. What kind of camera do you have now, dear?
I'm a Canon guy now.
You're a Canon guy.
In my film days, I was Nikon. Yes.
Yeah.
But I made the switch.
Yeah.
I have a Canon 5D Mark II. It's yesterday's model.
Yeah.
But it still does the job, because back in the day, even up till now, I mean, it's still, a camera's nothing more than a light-proof box.
Right.
So you put all these expensive cameras together, and then the lower end cameras, and everyone has the same settings. They take a picture of the same thing. We're going to get the same image. It's what you do with that image.
It's what you do with it.
Post-production.
Yeah.
It's the software, which isn't special magic software, Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah.
And it's what visions you have,
Right.
what you want the photo to look like, and
You're an artist.
Yeah.
Honest to God. We're going to start showing these photos now, Jimmy, and we'll say next when you're done,
Yeah.
and we'll come back. Give me a signal, Jim, when you've got the first one. Okay, let's go. What's that?
This all goes in alphabetical order. I have albums. So this is the Animals album, and it goes bands and all the way up to family portraits and everything else. But, I just tried to grab a few, photos from each. So, I mean, just a hummingbird. I mean, a lot of this stuff is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I tried to keep the selection pretty narrow. But in a garden, my aunt's garden, and had 3 off-camera flashes set up to where I knew that they would visit, because she's got dozens of them going up and down and back and forth. And
you got them in flight.
I waited. Oh yeah, you just sit and wait, and he came down and the flashes went off, and
that's my favorite bird. I love them.
They're very elusive. They're hard to find unless you have someone who has
I have feeders in the yard. Next one, Jimmy.
I posted a lot of the snowy owl. It got a lot of attention this past year, but my good friend Wedge Bramhall,
God bless him.
Yeah, for sure, was the first one that I saw to capture this owl, and it was, I think, on the Rock Jetty, just outside his cottage, and I saw the picture, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I sent him a message on Facebook. I'm like, how do I get in on this? He's like, oh, he's on my house. He's out there all the time. So I cut in on his action. Yeah. I went out there, and
he was proud that you did, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I took, a bunch of, I don't know if they're going to return next year. So I really kind of went owl crazy for a week, too.
Now, see, to me, that's the bird that's elusive. I don't see them that often.
I've never seen one until this year.
Yeah. So, I mean, next one, Jimmy. What is that, Dan?
That is a cottage, I think, a little farther north of Wedge's. I don't know the person's house. It's kind of broken up a little, and that's the deck leading out off his backyard, and you can see the Plymouth Rock portico in the background.
Yeah.
And I actually was driving up the road, and I saw a jogger coming down, and asked, I was like, have you seen the owl today? And she was like, he's on that porch way down there.
Wow.
Dock. Why did I call it a deck? It's a dock.
It's okay.
So I took that picture, submitted it to the Old Colony, and they printed it in the paper, and then I think it was one of the first pictures that the page, if you lived in Plymouth, that page used on Facebook, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Got me some likes.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
Well, everybody's proud of you. Look at that.
Just a swan and some babies, but I like it because it's raining.
Yeah.
And you can kind of, this is early stuff. I mean, this is years ago.
But it looks like a painting.
Yeah.
Because of that rain.
Yeah.
I love swans. You ever see them out of water? Oh my God.
Oh yeah. It's sad though. The duckling count was down.
Is.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
on
the osprey. They come back every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
And they have their babies.
I spend a lot of time out at the beach, so a lot of my scenics are Plymouth Beach.
Next one, Jim. Oh, look at
Last snowy owl, I promise.
No, that's fine.
That's the last photo I took this year of the snowy owl. I was out there with my friend Fran Gomez. We were out there photographing, and
that's why
that's a different snowy owl.
Yeah,
there were a couple out there.
Does look different. That's why the foxes go out there. Get away from them. Yeah. Next one, Jimmy.
All right, this is the last snowy owl.
Oh.
But the only reason I posted this one is because it was the tail end of one of our nor'easter storms, and the waves were just crazy behind. If that wave wasn't going on behind them, I don't think it would have had as much impact. But
look at that.
I like that.
That's Burt's Beach.
Yeah, well, that's on the jetty. Yeah, leading right out to the point. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, next one, Jimmy.
All right, now we're in the bands. So I shoot a lot of bands. A lot of them are covers. I mean, I've shot a few, celebrities and whatever at Memorial Hall. But bands is how the whole career kind of kicked off.
Who was that?
That's my buddy Ken from the tribute band, Living on a Bad Name, Bon Jovi tribute band.
Oh, wow.
And that was Memorial Hall.
Sure.
Yep.
I love Memorial Hall for music. Okay, next one, Jim. Doing a good job. What is that?
That's a classic. That's at New World Tavern, but when it was Guru. It's my friend Boston, from Boston and Bosco.
Oh,
just one of those shots that,
It almost looks fake.
Just a little tweak and you do in post-production. It's all real, but
Wow.
it's not what you really see with the naked eye. So
Right. Next one, Jim.
Memorial Hall, Led Zeppelin tribute band, one of my favorite shots. It's on the back of my business card. It's just one of those shots when you don't know you get it until you get back home and sit down at the computer and you're like, wow. So,
do you do time lapse?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay, next one, Jimmy. Oh, great.
Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Great shot.
He played at Memorial Hall. Joe Perry project.
Oh, I love that photo.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
That could be a cover. Isn't that a cover?
I don't know.
Oh, God, it should be. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
The flow of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good shot. I'm glad it is who it is, too.
Yep. Next one, Jim.
I was called into New York to shoot this band. Sister something in the something birds. I forget. It was from a long time ago. So we did a shoot in this nightclub during the day when it was closed down, and this is one of my favorites. I have lights set up behind them, backlighting them, shooting this way, and then a light set up shooting them that way. So I don't even know if the band has used this, but
I love
it was
the
fun.
effect,
Yeah,
the
thank you.
side of it. We'll take a rest for a minute, Jimmy. Thank you. So, as everyone can see, he really does have an eye for it, doesn't he? You really are so talented. And I mean, you've got thousands of photos.
Well, you can do that when it's digital because you don't have to pay for the film. So,
I know.
But yes.
Put Walmart out of business.
Yeah.
Good.
Ritz camera too.
Yeah, Ritz. Kenny bought cameras at Ritz.
That's where I got my first one.
Yeah.
And then the camera company in Norwood is where I got my last two, and they're out of business.
Do you know what I did to Kenny? And he's never forgiven me. I was cleaning out the house, and I threw away an antique camera. And I didn't know what it really was because it was in like a box. And I still hear about it to this day. Right, Kenny? He still hates me. Oh, I can't believe I did that. But once I'm in a cleaning jag, this is what I do. So, is there anything coming up for you in the near future?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I'm actually shooting a lot of real estate right now. Yeah, for a couple of realtors from William Ravis and Options 153. I didn't put real estate photos up here because who wants to look at pictures of kitchens and living rooms and really nice bathrooms?
Typical man, they go right for the bathroom.
But I really like shooting real estate.
You do?
Yeah. The money's really good. The money's really good. I can shoot a house in an hour. It pays my car payment in one house, and the subject is very
appreciative. Yeah.
An empty bedroom or a furnished bedroom is the nicest, most cooperative subject I've ever photographed.
Well, oh my goodness. So do you stage it a little?
No. Well, I mean, sometimes my friends Blair and Will from Setting the Space will go in and stage some of the homes.
Business.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, the house is ready for me to shoot. The yard will be landscaped and everything will be clean. They'll have maids or whoever cleaners come in and take care of the house. So all I really got to do is just
light it.
Not even light it. Just set up a camera on a tripod and shoot.
Wow, easy money.
Yeah, it's very easy money. But yeah, high school seniors, weddings are booking right now.
Oh yeah, weddings.
Family portraits.
Sure. Yeah, we do for another family portrait, Kenny. This one we should do a little funny. Which brings me, what is trash address or wedding photos weeks after a wedding. You do wedding photos weeks after, and we're going to see some of those. One of them is quite, enticing. But
you should have seen the ones I left out.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, if this show was on after 10, we could show them.
Okay.
But we can't show them.
Late night TV.
So tell the people what that is.
Well, I mean, it's really big on the West Coast. I mean, it's making its way over here, and every time I pitch it, people are like, well, what's that? And the term given is, trash the dress, but it doesn't really mean you have to go run through the mud or push the dress.
Divorce the dress.
Well, but that's different.
Yeah.
The trash the dress is the bride and groom, however long after the wedding, will get dressed back up, put the dress back on, and go out and take portraits that you were never able to get on your wedding day.
No, would
at
you
the
want
venue,
to?
at the venue with the time restriction and all the guests and the wedding coordinator saying 20 minutes, let's go. So then you have all those people gone, and it's just me, my assistant, and the bride and groom, and we go out, go to the beach, the state forest, we'll do this, we'll do that, and we don't have to be afraid to let it, sit the, bride down and leaves in the fall, or sit down or against a barn, or get into the ocean, as you've seen.
Yeah,
and,
beautiful photo.
And it doesn't mean that you have to ruin it. Like the bride that I photographed that was in the ocean doing that, she just brought it to reliable cleaners.
Sure.
They took care of it, and it's preserved. But a lot of people they don't really grasp the idea. They're like, well, I paid all that money for that dress. Why would I do that? Well, you paid all that money for the dress to wear it for 10 hours, and you take it off, and you put it in plastic, and it sits in a dark closet for eternity.
Yeah.
And then, like I was saying earlier, if they 25 years later, if their daughter wants to wear it, chances are it's going to be cut up and tailored to her body anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why not go out for another round? But I've only had two people of all the weddings say, all right, let's do it. So we'll see.
I'll tell you, I did see a photo, and I think it was on AOL, and they were saying, what's this all about? And it was a bride. Now that you're telling me about this, I'm sure it was after the wedding. She's on a cliff. Now, I'm sure this is Photoshop. And she's kicking the groom over the cliff while drinking champagne. All right? And you go, gee, that's kind of mean.
Yeah, but it's fun.
What's all that about? And then a bride and a groom taking the plunge.
That's real. She's being tried for murder.
All right, Kenny.
She did kick her off the cliff.
No, Kenny, don't interrupt me like that again. I want to start.
Well, the photographer got the shot, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, I mean, he just went ballistic in there. So, I saw this and I said, my God, what was that all about? But, so now what's divorce the dress?
I've only done one.
Yeah. And it's about a divorce.
Yeah, she had been, I'm not going to get into details about the actual shoot, but she got the dress out of the closet and said, you know what? The divorce has been done for about 4 or 5 years, and it's sitting, and let's go get creative. So a couple years ago in the fall, we went out into the state forest with a bunch of props, and we got very creative,
I'm sure.
very impactful photos, and that's not a bad niche. I don't know of any wedding photographers doing divorce the dress sessions.
Yeah, and I understand she held it over a bonfire.
Oh yeah, we burned it.
Yeah, I'm sure the pictures
are amazing, but I left them out. Next interview.
All right, next one. Now that you've been introduced, now they get it. Jimmy, let's go back to some photos. Thank you.
All right, now we're in the bands. Yeah, that was a Pink Floyd tribute band. I shot at the Mullins Center at UMass Amherst.
I love Pink Floyd.
Me too. So again, you can just keep ripping through these. I mean, these another Led Zeppelin tribute. That's another example of backlighting. I had a wireless flash set up behind him shooting at his back, which illuminates his drum set and gives him that rim lighting effect. Without that flash, you lose him against the black curtain. So.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Oh.
So that was just shot against paper, and then you take the bike and you duplicate the layer and you flip it upside down and you kind of blend the bottom layer and it makes it look like a reflection. But that's just shot against regular paper.
I love it. Whose car is that?
That is Jeff Cohen's car.
Oh,
That's right, Jeff. Do you remember doing that day?
That looks so typical of Jeff.
But I'm sure none of the rubber got onto the pavement, so there was no cleanup he had to go back and do, I'm sure.
No, yeah. But does he still have that car?
Yes, he does.
He does.
He took me to a Pats game in it.
Oh, nice. Jeff.
It's a lovely time, Jeff.
Jeff has a message for you. No nips. Okay, who's this? What's this car?
That's my buddy. That's my buddy Jared's car. He wanted me. He built that himself. So we went to Chiltonville. That's just Old Sandwich Road.
Oh yeah,
and then we went to Cottage Park. So you can keep going. I think there's 2 more of these.
Next.
This is Jeff Cohen's car show. Chelsea's and his daughter Chelsea's car show that we did last summer.
Nice.
These were the winners.
Beautiful car.
That's again Jared's different. That's Cottage Park, obviously.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
Now we're in a portrait, so I do family portraits.
Yeah.
As well. I know Lothrop Withington used to let me shoot on his property all the time, right off of Dotton.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so very nice people. So that's his property.
They are.
It's beautiful in the fall. It's my friend Sarah, Neil.
Very nice. I love. Look at the majestic trees.
That's in Carver, Savory.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Nancy Green showed me that shot when we were doing a Trash to Dress shoot.
Oh my goodness.
So that's like a maternity shoot there. I added the light coming through the trees there, but you know, make it subtle.
Beautiful. What's that?
I did some work for Loretta LaRoche Productions of artists that needed shots, and this is Lynn Dillies. She's a magician.
Oh.
So you photograph her, and then you photograph the doves, and you bring them all in.
Yeah.
You know.
Very nice.
You'd love to have that happen in real time,
experience.
But that's Chris Fay from the infamous Fay family of Plymouth. That was an engagement shoot.
Nice.
That we did just a week prior to his wedding.
That's beautiful.
That's when the ocean's like 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Another engagement shoot.
That could go on a card.
That's out at Plymouth Beach as well.
Lovely, lovely.
Thank you.
Oh.
That's a maternity shoot I did with a couple of my friends. That's Plymouth Country Club. If you go a little more left, you'd see Plymouth Country Club.
What do you mean by maternity shoot?
Well,
they're pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
I can't see that. Yeah.
Again, my friend's daughter wanted some photos taken, so we set up a portable studio.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she is. It's a couple years ago.
Very nice. Next one. Oh.
Tattoo. Oh no. Cowgirl Covenant, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a clothing line. Very cowgirly. They called me in to do a photo shoot. So
nice. Is that around here?
No, I forget what that was.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like around here.
No, it's not.
No, so you get to meet a lot of girls.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. It's the beauty of being single.
My son says the same thing. But you're so talented. You've got lots of experience doing lots of different things.
It's fun. It took a while. It started with MySpace, and then on to Facebook. I mean, it was hard.
MySpace?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was hard to get seen. I mean, people knew I was doing photography. I mean, when I was 18, 19 years old, my buddies were in a band. And they would play around here in some nightclubs in Marshfield. Remember the Ranch House?
Yes.
If we call that a nightclub.
Yeah.
But then, they would play on Lansdowne Street. And being 19 years old, 18 years old, having all of my friends like out partying in the woods, I'd be like, I'm going to Lansdowne Street to shoot the bands, and it was a great way to get in and shoot bands, and then other bands would see me taking photos. And this is even, I hate to sound old, but we didn't even have cell phones. I mean, we're talking like 1999. So a lot of us still had...
That's not that far away.
I know, but a lot of us, we still had pagers. So bands were like, well, can I get your number? So I was writing down my landline. You guys remember landlines, right?
Yeah,
and my beeper number on napkins.
Yeah.
And I was giving them napkins. Like, why don't I have business cards?
Yeah.
So I made up business cards, and then it just led to... odd jobs here and there, and then I finally scored my first wedding. That I was no idea.
Yeah.
Oh man, I look at those pictures sometimes. I'm like, oh.
But did they like it?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's just shooting digital now, shooting and checking and shooting and checking. I can't believe there was a time in my life where I actually, used to go through an entire wedding, just like. Okay, and just knowing that everything was gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a period of time like waiting a week before the, the film came back from the lab. You're a little nervous, and it was a lot of throwaways. But
you didn't do your own?
No. No time for that. But now it's nice because I can walk away from a wedding now with full confidence.
Of course you can.
Saying, I nailed it, because you can see as you go. So it's nice.
That's wonderful. Okay, let's get some more, Jimmy. Portrait.
Yeah, family portrait, same property.
Yeah.
Hi, Melissa. My friend Melissa on the far right.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's my friend's daughter again.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful hair.
Well, portraits.
Next. Alrighty then.
That's still G-rated. That's way out at the point. If you stay left of the crossover.
Yeah.
The tide was just perfect that day, and she wanted me to take some photos. So I mean, it's all off-camera lighting. I had a camera light set up behind me.
But that was just at sunset.
Sunset.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep.
You captured it right.
And the sunset was in front of her.
Yeah.
And when I looked behind her, the moon was coming up.
Yeah.
So we had.
Oh, Jimmy likes that photo.
Yeah, we're going backwards.
Go back. Go to the moon, Jimmy. Okay.
I'll make you a disc. I'll email you. So that was nice. So
I love what she's wearing.
It's all about light, though. If you don't have off-camera lighting, it's really tough to achieve dramatic photographs. So
yeah, that's true. The next one. Look at him, Linga. Okay.
Family portrait, same exact location that I did that previous shoot from. Beautiful sunsets out there all the time.
All the time. Next one, hon.
Another family portrait. Long time ago, rookie years. I mean, I probably would have posed them very differently, but I had to include some old school stuff.
And the dog.
And the dogs.
Dog. Oh, see, I love your fireworks photos.
Yeah.
I love
that. Was taken from Pilgrim Bell.
Yeah.
4th of July booze cruise.
I love the Pilgrim Bell. I love the owners of the Pilgrim Bell.
I think there's a couple fireworks ones in here. So.
Yep.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Summer, fall,
tribute to Wedgie Bramhall. I'm glad that this is in here. This is I did a lot of Plymouth Four Seasons when we had the snowstorm Nemo. I went around, of course, when there was a driving ban, and drove around and photographed all these amazing areas that were, set in snow.
Yes.
And some of them had a lot of impact. So when spring broke, I said, you know what, I'm going to follow through with this year. And did the, winter, spring, summer, fall thing, which is really nice. I'm glad I got this shot.
That's right.
Yeah, it takes on a whole different meaning now.
Is that from his door or shooting toward the door?
It's shooting towards. It's just past Jordan.
Oh, there I see the.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
I see it.
Yeah. TV screen's far away. I wear contacts, thank God.
And these are just for reading, so now I can see it. Okay, next one. Oh.
The infamous jetty photo.
Yeah.
Unexpected. I was just driving around. I saw the colors in the sky and had my camera. So
Shoots right across.
Yeah.
You know, Wedge got some beautiful pictures too.
He's very good at what he did.
Very beautiful. Next one.
There's our time lapse. That's from Lobster Pond, Manomet Point, and that was one of those freakish storms where there was no thunder, no rain, and there was a bolt of lightning probably every 2 or 3 seconds. So it was like
Heat? Was it heat lightning?
Well, heat lightning doesn't usually generate a lot of cloud to ground.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's what it was. There was no rain, no thunder, and it's like shooting fish in a barrel. You set up your tripod, put it on a timer, and just hold the shutter open for 30 seconds, and whatever you get in that 30-second time frame is what you get.
Oh, I love that.
Love that. Love lightning.
Oh, I love
Harvest Moon, Moonrise.
I know where that is.
Yeah, right off Sandwich Road. Old Sandwich Road.
My favorite area of the town.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like Vermont and New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Just beautiful. Oh, look. Now, I saw these on Facebook. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, I was up in a helicopter. I was asked to shoot a property, and you need the helicopter for at least an hour, and I was done shooting the property on Priscilla Beach Road after like 20 minutes. And the guy's like, well, what do you want to do with your 40 minutes? I said, well, rip me around town.
Yeah, click, click.
And I got some good stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
my Burial Hill. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, and it does have an eerie look to it.
Yeah, right after, well, a day or two after a snowfall. I should have taken out the trash can, but I left it there on the far left.
It's very artistic. To me, a snow-laden tree that, I hope it doesn't break the tree, but is beauty.
They'll be all right. They spring right back up.
They do.
White Horse Beach, 3rd of July.
Absolutely. I've been there many a time.
Yeah. I'm glad I got these. So.
Next one. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that was the first year I did.
Oh, I
White
love
Horse Beach
that
photos.
movement.
Police helicopter driving by.
Beautiful.
Flying by.
Just beautiful.
Wow.
Another helicopter shot. My dad has this hanging up in the living room. That's Plymouth Long Beach. Low tide.
Wow.
The Point.
Oh, I would love that. Look at that.
This is this past winter. This is all Towne Brook. I think there's a couple of these in here.
Towne Brook is the most beautiful place.
It is, and sometimes you just drive or walk right by it. You don't know, but after snow falls, and I drove by, and I was on my way to open mic at Lucioso's, and I was like, you know what, I got to pull over.
Yeah.
I pulled over in front of Governor Bradford and took a walk down and took these.
Just beautiful. So peaceful there.
Another one there.
So beautiful.
I'm actually going to start my next round of Plymouth Four Seasons with these shots. So I still have spring, summer, and fall. But I'll go replicate all these as soon as things start to pop in the spring.
We're so lucky to have that garden.
This was my baby. This is what got it going for me.
Yep.
And I got to give full credit to my sister Marlene, because I was doing my own thing, and she sent me a text and said, lunar eclipse tonight, and you can't shoot an eclipse without a tripod. So I turned around and went back home and got my tripod, and I never would have known if she didn't tell me that this was going to happen. But I shot this from the same spot where I shot that girl modeling, way out at the Point. And I was driving, and when I stopped my car, it was just by chance that when I zoomed out, that the churches and the portico were perfectly lined up. Because if you go any further right or any more left, you're going to start to get a gap between the churches, and it just wouldn't have worked.
That is amazing. Amazing photo.
And that photo made the front page of the Old Colony, and the Old Colony was getting swamped with calls, so they called me up and said, can we give these calls to you? We can't do anything with this. It's not our photo. And I've sold dozens and dozens and dozens of these. Yeah,
that's right up. Kenny would love that photo.
Again, the portico, that was from the bow of my buddy's boat that was docked there in the harbor. I was just sitting out in the bow, and
that's a beautiful area, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have that. Oh.
Another time lapse, one from years and years ago, Plymouth Beach. Just was driving home and saw the sky lighting up and had my camera, so figured I'd pull the old time lapse trick. High school seniors.
Wow. You the show? You went to the show?
No, we actually photographed her at right on the ice at Armstrong Rink. I brought my portable studio back there with the paper, and they gave me ice shoes to wear, and she got out there and photographed that.
Excellent.
Back before they tore the nice buildings down there at on Cottage Park.
Yeah.
At the package store.
Yeah, he does. But now he works at K. Katie's. But he used to work at Luke's Liquors.
Yeah, I see him as a waiter in there.
Yeah, Nick. There's the skater again.
That's beautiful. Look at that. Who's that?
On the train, another senior, train tracks.
Wow.
Cottage Park frowns from us. They don't like us on the train tracks anymore. So
Of course not.
those days are over.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Chiltonville, high school senior.
Wow.
You know, so you have everything in this town. You have Chiltonville. You got the beat up. Well, you used to have the beat up buildings for like the grunge look. You got the sunset, sun dune. You know, sand dunes.
Got everything.
Yeah.
Cliffs.
Again, more Chiltonville high school senior.
Excellent. Excellent.
And then high school senior Cottage Park. She says, I don't want to be in the sand dunes. Look what I'm wearing. I have my skateboard. I'm like, well, let's go find you a barbed wire fence. So we went right down to Cottage Park. Perfect. Of course, it's all gone now.
Who's that?
My friend's son, high school senior. That's actually on a couch inside Cottage Park.
Oh,
We
I
walked.
know.
We,
Yes.
we walked down the hallway.
Yes.
And we found a couch, and I had an off-camera flash. And I
Good
said,
looking boy.
yeah.
Very nice.
Another high school senior. We did this up in the loft at his house.
Nice. Pretty girl.
Eel River Bridge.
Pretty girl.
Yeah.
Hey, boys. They're drooling.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, she's adorable.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Adorable.
All right, so now we're moving into weddings, you know, and these are actual wedding album pages that I've designed, not individual photos. I didn't want to bore everyone with just single photos, so I just posted a few few pages of actual wedding albums. So I think that there's a few of these, you know,
Yeah.
nothing too, you know, some off-camera lighting on the photo on the left, backlighting her dress,
Yeah.
and then the silhouette.
What's that?
It's one of the final pages. It's their 3 rings, and then it's them in a gazebo.
Oh, I
It's kind of like a send
I can't
off.
see it.
It's tough for me too
Yeah.
to see that, but I recognize it.
And that.
A wedding party, just having fun, doing the jump. They're at a lighthouse.
Wait a minute, Jimmy. What's the strangest thing that ever happened to you at a wedding? Oh, not that. No. Something you can talk about. I mean, witness or see.
I have 2 of the strangest things that have ever happened to me in a wedding. I'm not going to talk about either of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't mean that.
Well, then I'd have to lie to you. So.
Right. I did, honest to God, I didn't mean that. I thought maybe something with the bride's mother.
No, I've actually been very fortunate. Most of the weddings I shoot are friends of mine.
Yeah.
And the rest are guests that were at weddings that I photographed. So there's really no surprises when I meet these brides and grooms. So everything has run pretty
Really
smooth.
nice.
Yeah, you know, with the exception.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He's blushing. I didn't mean that.
No, well,
All right, let's get back to the photos.
running out of water.
Chatham Light?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's from a few years ago. It's
Sure.
tough for me to remember. Again,
Yeah.
just another page. Before the ceremony, we do bridal portraits after she's put into her
Sure.
dress by her
I'm
bridesmaids.
telling you, next time you come, you're going to bring the divorce.
Oh yeah, we'll step it up on round 2. I
Okay.
needed to keep it.
Yeah. Is that it, Jimmy?
No,
Another one, please? Sorry.
I love show and tell.
Oh, he's on the phone. I don't know if... Hello?
Hi, this is Mo Curtis. I just want to say I'm enjoying the show.
Oh, Mo, how are you?
Hi, Mo.
honey?
Hi, dear Rapoza. I love everything. I love the snowy owl, and you make us all proud. I just want to say thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's hope he comes back next year.
He will. I just wanted to say we're just so enjoying. So have a nice night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mo.
All right. Good night, Karen.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
Oh, she's adorable.
There she is.
Yeah, and she's one
She
of
sends
your
the nicest.
biggest-
Yeah, she sends the nicest messages.
Yeah,
you know, if
she's-
you're having a bad day and you get a message from Mo,
Mo, you're-
things will get better.
Things get better. She's a good girl. Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah, my friend Holly,
Very
getting ready photos.
Yeah. Next one, Jimmy.
I forget what that was. That was this past year. You know, just some more examples.
It looks like the golf course.
It is. I just forget which one it is.
Yeah, Waverly. Okay. What's this?
Again, just another. It's
Engagement?
at the final page of a wedding album. It's their rings together
Oh, yeah.
on one of their centerpieces.
okay.
It's, like I said, it's tough to see from here. And then them on the rocks, and I
Yeah.
added some funky beams of light and everything coming through the
Nice,
clouds.
Nice.
And all right, so here we are. This is one of the trash the dress kind of
Ah,
in the water. You know, I had my assistant holding my light on a monopod.
Yeah.
I was shooting. There was a third friend that they brought that was holding her dress up to prevent it from sinking down. So it gave that
Okay.
floating effect. And
okay.
we, oh, thank you.
Wow.
So the shot on the right, it took us about 5 or 6 times. She was very dizzy, you know. After that, I'm like, no, again. And she would have to stick her head out in the water and then flip it back. I'm like, no, let's
Whose
do it.
idea was that?
It was my
Your
idea.
idea.
But it was my idea to make her do it until I liked what I got.
Until she passed out.
But we had someone to catch her. And again, there they
There
are.
it is.
Yeah.
She passed out.
No, she
Oh, look at
He's
that.
trying to revive.
See, but that's what good about Trash the Dress, because you know what? We already have the wedding album.
Yeah.
And we've already shot the wedding, and there they are. You know, it's the bride in her dress. They're laying on the sand. The waves are
Yeah.
crashing over them.
Sensual.
Yeah, you don't see it a lot.
No, you don't.
It's huge.
So this is coming this way?
Yeah, it's huge in California. And
Wow.
just don't hear a lot of people doing it right now. So
Well, after this, they're going to get the idea.
I hope so.
Because you have some wild ideas. I cannot tell you what he told me. But it happened in the woods. So they did it, and the photos are amazing. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
So, do you have a question, honey? Oh, I thought,
You told me to be quiet.
no, I didn't. I saw Steven standing there, and I.
Even went to sit down.
Oh, okay. So now, do you do engagement pictures? Mm-hmm. You do that?
Yeah, they used to be included in my wedding packages, but a lot of times at the consultation, if the bride and groom wasn't good on, you know, they weren't really into the idea, they would say, well, you know, we'll go with package number, you know, whatever, but can we take out the engagement shoot? And it was always requested, oh, we don't want to do the engagement. So I don't include it in packages anymore. It's an extra.
What about the birth shoot? You wouldn't do it?
What do you mean birth shoot?
Well, now the maternity, the wedding, and everything. Now the baby.
Maternity, maybe, but I'm steering away from newborns. You kind of really got to be set up for that, and there's so many other people that do it better than me. So if someone calls me to do newborn photos, I have someone that I send them to.
We have a phone call. Hello, you're on Talk of the Town.
Oh boy.
Hello.
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 Yeah, it's Ben Lascabo. I was just calling. I went to first grade with Dan all the way up through, and I was just calling to give him a plug.
All
He's
right.
been a good friend of mine, and he did my wedding. And if anybody ever has any needs for photography, he'd definitely be the guy to call.
So you were really happy.
Absolutely.
I wish I could see your photos, because the ones I've seen here, and we can't show them all, were just breathtaking.
Oh, all the ones that I've seen, I got to call Dan and get a couple too.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one up in my living room as well.
You still got to order an album, Ben.
Absolutely.
Ben, when did you get married?
2010.
Oh, you got to get that album.
Yeah. No, Ben.
No.
From kindergarten right up through through 8th grade anyway. I mean, best friends.
Best friends.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
we have
wonderful to
a
say that.
lot of great mememories, especially in the early years.
Yeah.
He ended up, I think, going to North, and I went to South. We kind of split off for a little bit, but it's not a. Well,
yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
No. Neither is Ben.
Yeah, Ben, you rock, man. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Thank you, Ben, for calling. See, today when you posted you were going to be on Talk of the Town, one person hit and another person, good luck. You got up to almost 100 on one. And another one was in the 40s, 50s. Everybody, you are very well loved. And you have a good reputation. And that's a mark of a good man. Yes, Stephen.
I was just wondering, your photos are just spectacular. Do you ever have a show where you show your pictures? And
No.
You should.
For some reason, I don't know why I just don't get involved with shows or art galleries or anything like that. I don't advertise anywhere. I don't get involved with the Knot magazine or the Wedding Wire or any of that stuff. I don't know why.
Contests. No.
Well, I just thought maybe like a local studio in town or something like that where you could show off your work.
Well, Blair and Will from Setting the Space have agreed to start selling some of my scenics out of this store.
Oh, great! I'll have to go.
Yeah, and another friend. But if I had a lot of money, which I don't, I would get like a little storefront and sell my scenics and maybe a little room off to the back to do a portrait session or something like that.
But you would have to frame them, and that gets into big money. Unless you learn how to frame.
I don't want to learn how to frame.
You don't want to see.
I'm very picky.
Yeah.
I really, really am on things I want to do and things I don't want to do.
How about selling the prints?
I sell a lot of prints.
You do?
Oh yeah, my scenics. Yeah, people will order a scenic and I'll have them printed up on metallic paper and mounted on artboard, but and then I'll deliver it to them and mail it to them.
What's the address?
On Facebook, when it says photo, and if I went into photos, are some of your photos there?
Every photo I've ever taken is on Facebook.
All right, so if I went there and I texted you, Dan, could you do this
That's how they order right now. Because my website's kind of a hassle right now because it's not compatible with.
You don't need it. You've got Facebook.
Well, Facebook is all right, but then people have to message me and be like, I like the shot of the blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Where on a website, if they see it, they hit the shopping cart, they pay, the money goes into my account, I get the email and fulfill the order. But my website is so outdated that I've just stopped uploading things to it because it's not compatible with iPads or iPhones.
Yeah, you need a new one.
And the company where I buy my templates from has updated websites, so you can.
Okay, but you're Dan Rapoza on Facebook.
I'm Dan Rapoza, and I don't have a business page on Facebook. There's no Dan Rapoza Photography, and I just don't see the sense and
the need of it.
It's taken thousands of photos from Dan Rapoza and moving them over to Dan Rapoza Photography.
Yeah.
So all my friends here can see them over here. No, I'm just going to update my website and I keep my Facebook page strictly photos. I've stopped with my rants.
Your rants?
Yeah.
You rant?
Well, in the beginning of Facebook, I did. Until I started getting clients as friends and potential clients as friends. So I've stopped being silly.
Will you come back here in the fall?
No.
No. No, I'm going to have you come back here, and I'm going to have Jeff Cohen sit here.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
And we're going to drink wine, have some cheese, and look at some of your photos.
That sounds good. I wish we had thought of wine before tonight.
Is that how we order photos?
That's how you get in touch with me. If you go on rapozaphoto.com, you can look at some of my wedding work. And there's a contact section where you can fill in your name, your email, and a quick message on what you're looking for. And I'll get emailed. And a lot of people who Google me or whatever will see that. And then if they want to book a wedding consultation or whatever, they go to the website and they fill that in. But I've deactivated all my galleries, all my scenics and everything, because I'm done with that site. But the site is active.
That's how we get.
Yeah, but Facebook.
Yeah, but you know what? My page on
photos.
Facebook is public. So if you punch in Dan Rapoza and you see, you'll find me, the guy with the fake abs.
But I'm thinking about the people that aren't on Facebook.
Then yes, rapozaphoto.com.
We're going to be, this particular program is going to be on the World Wide Web.
Yes.
So
rapozaphoto.com.
somebody watching us in Seattle may not know how to.
You might get overwhelmed, Dan.
So.
Wouldn't that be great?
I can. Yeah.
Somebody goes to that site.
Yes, it's all active.
They can get you.
Yeah. And then when I get my new website, the domain name is just going to switch right over.
Okay.
So rapozaphoto.com is not going anywhere.
And where are we on Facebook? What is the address on Facebook?
Just Dan Rapoza.
Rapoza.
Okay.
Just Dan Rapoza.
And friend him, Kenny, because you'll get his postings of the photos.
He doesn't want to be friends with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't want to be a friend of yours.
I'm very picky on, who I.
How about another photo?
Another photo?
I have my photo set up on a tripod here, and I have the camera guy taking pictures. Cheers.
Cheers. Come back to the show anytime.
Will do. Awesome. How'd that come out?
It did it?
Come on, nice.
How about one more cheers, just in case?
Okay.
Always need two.
Cheers.
All right. My new profile picture.
You're going to become a professional, Stephen.
Boy, you drinking too much water.
No,
Don't
seriously.
steal my clients.
Seriously. Wine, cheese, Jeff Cohen, photos, and by the end of the show, it should be great because you're going to bring.
You give me cheese and a bottle of wine and Jeff Cohen for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
He
fun.
wants absolute a lime and water.
Yeah, and Jimmy says he
Yeah.
wants it too.
You've got
How long?
about 30.
Okay.
You're going to have to start wrapping.
I'm going to email you. No, I'm going to Facebook you.
Okay.
Keep it under your messages so you'll remember.
We're already friends on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a date for for probably October because I have a lot of candidates coming on statewide.
We'll have a lot of new photos by then. so.
Okay. So I thank you. You're a blast. Thank you so much.
All right.
I enjoy you so much. You're like heaven. What are you saying?
Stretch for 4.
Okay, next week, former Selectman Anthony Shenner will be on, and school committee member Michelle Badger from the Plymouth Schools Alumni Association. Looking forward to it. See you in 7.